Kazakhstan has chosen the multi-vector integration. Its trends, collisions, and prospects are coming up in the Single Market Program.
Today on the program, economic viewpoints from Davos. Eurasian Economic Union, focus on digitalization. New opportunities for Kazakhstan's pharmaceuticals market. The school market, or how to find one's place under the sun. Hello, my name is Yerkebullan Bikmuhambiet, and you are watching Single Market. Everything in this world is connected, especially in the economic area, which currently is affected by a series of events and issues. This calls upon countries to pay close attention to economic activities worldwide. Among events that engage businesses and political leaders together to come up to date on the economic trends and happenings in the world is the World Economic Forum. The biggest event is the annual World Economic Forum in Davos. Our analyst, Alexander Galiev, has used the principle of one sees more from afar approach. Once again, he reviewed the opinions given by experts at the Davos Forum and shows the several significant points for Kazakhstan's economy. I will start my overview with the forecasts that were presented by experts of the International Monetary Fund at the Davos Forum. In the next 2 years, the global economy is predicted to grow by 3.9%. At the same time, we would witness synchronized global growth. This begs the question, what would be driving this growth? The driving force behind this growth will be economic transformation. It includes the fourth industrial revolution, digitalization, cryptocurrency, and blockchain systems. It is somewhat contradictory that the new trends of global economic growth present risks at the same time. For example, unemployment can potentially change the new way of technological development. This is why experts pay special importance to the matters of economic management. Another risk is connected with the growing cryptocurrency market. At the moment, there are 1,000 registered crypto assets. Such risky investments can lead to pyramid schemes and eventually cause a financial crisis. In addition to new risks, the common risks were also highlighted at Davos, such as the excessive debts of some countries and protectionist measures on the area of international trade. And to balance things out, let's talk about some of the positive trends. Judging by the set priorities, Kazakhstan is keeping its eye open. For the second year in a row, the country has put the fourth industrial revolution and digitalization of the economy on its priorities list. Kazakhstan is also planning to realize this long-term program within the framework of the General National Strategy, as well as the wider Eurasian economic integration. The other prospects are connected with the development of infrastructure and synchronization of Kazakhstan's plans with China's One Belt, One Road initiative. At the Davos Forum, one of the sessions was titled The Belt and Road Impact. The discussion was about how the revival of the Silk Road would impact the economies of countries that support this global project. And lastly, the potential of the new institution, the Astana International Financial Center, must be mentioned. Kazakhstan's delegation presented the opportunities that it offers. During the Davos Forum, the center's management signed a memorandum of cooperation with the blockchain platform Waves. In summary, based on the positive prospects and risk assessments presented at the Davos Forum, I would like to quote the famous proverb, God helps those who help themselves. Even with positive economic forecasts, it is always useful to prepare oneself against potential risks.
The
risks involved in the Eurasian Economic Union are irrelevant. The union members would have to go through economic transformation as the market starts to integrate. The main change is the adoption of digital platform, which would allow the efficient process of the movement of goods. The other areas of economic change includes capital services, labor power, and other resources across the territory of the integrated union. Hence, the presentations done by the speakers at the forum on the digital agenda in the era of globalization are very informative.
Цифровая повестка в эпоху глобализации.
Points of the new path within the scope of the Eurasian Economic Union include coordination of a common strategy, development of unified standards, and integration of the digital infrastructure. The representatives of the relevant entities and organizations that took part in the digitalization discussion during the forum have reached an understanding. The forum was held in February 2018 in the city of Almaty, Kazakhstan. According to experts, thanks to digitalization, the businesses of Eurasian Economic Union can save about $50 billion by 2025. For example, the mutual recognition of digital signatures will make things easier and faster. And overall, the new format of workflow will optimize the trade system within the integrated union and make it more transparent. In their argument, which favors the need for unified standard in terms of electronic documents, the representatives of Armenia had cited the unsuccessful experience of the European Union. Due to absence of mutual recognition of documents, the European Union countries had lost up to €170 billion annually. In order to avoid making the same mistake, the Eurasian economic integration must put efforts into the creation of an efficient system of processing electronic invoices. The specialists from Armenia have a vision of how to do this in practice.
In
the trade between Armenia and Kazakhstan, for example, an Armenian importer or Kazakh exporter gives an electronic invoice. Immediately within a few seconds, the invoice is accepted by the Armenian importer, and this information will be digitally recorded and easily accessible for government bodies and all authorized institutions, and the VAT is set at 0%. This innovation will reduce the time required to process the documents. It is by 86,400 times to be precise, or from 180 days to 3 minutes. At the same time, the state bodies will receive all the statistical information electronically, without burdening the businesses with unnecessary paperwork. By the way, similar proposals were made by the business communities of the Integration Union. For example, the state will develop an online customs declaration system on its own portal. The project could be given to private developers to work on integrating the documents and information within the platform. That way, when a buyer makes an online purchase, he could immediately declare his goods to the customs and receive the products. In turn, the electronic trading platform can be combined by a single portal. This approach establishes a sort of a trade highway for the entrepreneurs of the Eurasian Economic Union, as it would provide huge opportunities for them to expand their businesses. The developers of this project are ready to provide their technological platform to the Eurasian Economic Commission, so that the member countries would use a single platform operator. Imagine that you're a boutique in a shopping center and immediately a similar store with the same products appears in different parts of the world. This is what the integration implies. One of the advantages of the digitalization of the Eurasian economy is the willingness of businesses themselves to take part in this project. This is quite logical. It is the business community of the Eurasian Economic Community that is interested in reducing bureaucratic barriers, managing the time efficiently, and creating comfortable conditions to carry out the trade and economic activities. At the same time, there are risks to the creation of digital economy platform. Firstly, there would be greater freedom and migration of labor resources within the new technological revolution. In order to regulate the labor movement, Kazakhstan's experts have proposed to create a single electronic labor market. We need to create an infrastructure for these labor migrations so that they can move easily and without any barriers. By the way, Kazakhstan has already started implementing this novelty within the framework of digitalization of its own economy. Therefore, the country is ready to share its experience with other countries of the Integration Union. Generally, the new economic strategy of the Eurasian Economic Union has so far only been outlined as a draft. In order for the plan to be executed, the Integration Union needs to address a number of key questions, given that the stability of the digital format foundation depends on it. This can happen only through discussions, as well as coordination and development of mutual measures. The best platform for this is through regular meetings. Yerkebulan Bekhmuhambiet, Anatoly Valuski, specialist of the single market.
Фармацевтический рынок стран ЕАЭС. Его общий объем составляет 17 миллиардов.
The relative market shares of the member countries of the Union are as follows: Russia, 80%, Kazakhstan, 7%, Belarus, 5%, Kyrgyzstan, 2%, and Armenia, 1%. With the introduction of the single pharmaceutical market, each member country will have an opportunity to increase their market share in this sector. As last year data has shown, this is an advantage for Kazakhstan producers. Елена Бахарова will continue the story.
Как показал прошлый год, для казахстанских производителей это стало хорошей мотивацией. Тему продолжит Елена Бахарева.
The overall activity level in the pharmaceutical market of the Eurasian Economic Union is gradually rising according to experts. This means that the production of goods is actively increasing. And this trend is a characteristic of Kazakhstan's producers of medicinal and pharmaceutical products. In 2018, Kazakhstan's pharmaceutical enterprises have exported products worth $24.4 million. A third of this export was delivered to the markets of the countries of the Integration Union. The South Kazakhstan region is the leader in the production and export of pharmaceutical products. Up to 55% of the production is for the home market. Himpharm is the company that manufactures most of the products under the trademark Santo. The company produces the goods at one of the country's largest and oldest plants. It was able to ramp up productions due to investors from Poland. The arrival of investors in 2011 has resulted in the launch of the largest investment program in the country's pharmaceutical sector, with investment volumes of more than $100 million. The foreign investments were used to purchase new equipment, build new factories, and introduce new technologies. In autumn last year, a new production line, the solid oral medication, was launched. Today, the factories produce some 250 products, which is in demand both in the domestic and international markets. Today, we export our products to 5 countries: Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Mongolia. We're planning to expand our export to new markets in other countries as well. Almaty region holds the second place in terms of the level of pharmaceutical products volume after South Kazakhstan region. There are about 50 companies that are involved in this sector. Half of these companies were created with the participation of foreign capital and foreign partners. For example, Abdi Ibrahim Global Farm is a joint Kazakhstan-Turkey enterprise. Turkey's Abdi Ibrahim is known as the oldest producer of pharmaceutical products in the world. His story began almost 100 years ago. Today, the company exports its products to more than 50 countries. In 2015, during the Kazakhstan's Day of Industrialization in Almaty, a new plant was launched. It was built with the support of Turkish investments. In 2014, there was also the launch of a foreign joint venture, Kilun Kaz Farm in Almaty. The plant was built with a partnership of China's Sichuan Kilun Pharmaceutical Company Limited, a top 10 pharmaceutical company in China. The joint company produces injection solutions in polypropylene bottles and sealed glass. We manufacture 23 types of products, which includes nitrium chloride, dextrane, afloxacin, glucose, and many others. All the raw materials are imported from China, while the packaging materials are produced in Kazakhstan. Medical products also found their niche in the Eurasian Economic Union market besides pharmaceutical products. Among the producers of the medical products include Almaty's Doshe Farm. The company offers products that are needed in medical institutions such as shoe covers, masks, gloves, and hats. These products meet high standards. Opportunities are plenty for this company as it can establish its presence not just in the Eurasian Economic Market, but also abroad. In the upcoming future, we're planning to pass the SE standard certification. This is a European quality standard which would allow us to enter the European market. One of the advantages of Kazakhstan's pharmaceutical market is its high export potential and rising volume of imports in the domestic market. According to experts, this situation will motivate Kazakhstan manufacturers to produce higher volumes of good quality pharmaceutical products as the competition within the single Eurasian pharmaceutical market will increase every year. Елена Бахарова, Bakhitjan Bakhriev, exclusively for Single Market.
расширить географию внешних поставок.
To expand the geography of exports, to increase the volume of exports at 60% by 2020. This is the ambitious target set by a Kazakh company that produces electronic products. What strategy did this company choose to strengthen its position in the export market? Our correspondent Elmira Nigreev finds out.
Экспортного рынка. Выясняла Эльмира Нигреева.
Right now, we're at the company that always sets a new target for itself every year. This is not an end goal, but rather a development strategy. Everything that is produced here is considered as the most competitive in the market in terms of their pricing, quality, and environmental conditions. Alagiam Electric holds the largest market share of electronic products in the country. Its assets include 12 big manufacturing plants that are located in different regions of the country. The company has a wide range of activities, which includes the development of power facilities to the production of electronic goods. All products are certified according not only to national standards, but also international quality standards. More than 5 years ago, the company established a production of dry transformers, which meets the standards of energy efficiency. The products are distinguished by a low no-load current. Therefore, in idle mode, they use less electricity compared to when in active mode. These products adhere to the concept of future energy of the International Expo 2017 exhibition. That is why the national company Astana Expo 2017 signed an agreement with the company for the supply of dry transformers and substations for electricity supply to the exhibition venue. It was a great honor for us to take part in a historical event in our country, because the client's demands were not simple, it's innovative. In 2018, the company will start a new project to construct a substation which will comprise of 6 electrical transformers with a total capacity of 15 megawatts. The uniqueness of this project is the compact dimensions of the substations. It is small in size, but at the same time it produces high volume of power. The company is able to produce super modern products thanks to the high-tech production lines. The manufacturing plants have high-tech equipment that uses technologies from leading European companies. But the modernization process does not stop here. This year, for example, a unique laser metal cutting machine was installed in Almaty Electrotechnical Plant. It was purchased from the Swiss company Bystronic. The new equipment allowed the company to improve the quality of its metal processing and increase production volumes. The laser metal cutting machine brought from Bystronic company is an example of highly automated equipment. When different programs are uploaded, the machine automatically selects on the cutting parameters and allows us to save on the use of raw materials, as well as the electric energy consumed. The products made in Kazakhstan are competitive not only in the domestic market, but also abroad due to its price, quality, and cost efficiency. Our exports increased by 29% compared to the previous year. 36% of the Kentau transformer plant output goes to Russia, and 99% of the Ural transformer plant output also goes to Russia. In order to expand its export market, the company is currently building a new plant in the south of Kazakhstan, in the city of Shymkent. Experienced and reputable experts from Europe and CIS countries took part in the development of the company's project. We focus on 2 main things, the specifics of the production cycle and the best practices, which are applied in transformer plants around the world. The financial support for the new project is provided by the state. 20% of the funds come from the company, while 80% is on loan. The construction of the plant is divided into 2 stages. The first stage will be the production of 220 kilovolt transformers, and the second stage is the 500 kilovolts. We plan to launch this plant in the 4th quarter of this year. We plan to open a joint venture company in Tajikistan. As you know, the Republic has large hydropower resources, of which only 5% is used today.
Создание нового производства
The creation of the new joint production will mutually benefit both countries. Thanks to this project, Tajikistan will be able to increase its energy output, while the Kazakh partner company will have an opportunity to strengthen its presence in the Central Asian market. Anatoly Valyuevsky, Elmira Nigreeva, exclusively for Single Market.
Single Market.
That's all from me. My name is Yerkebulan Muhambiet. As a kind reminder, all the episodes of our program are available on www.kazakh-tv.kz. Until next time on Single Market.